if I were charged with a criminal offense, I would absolutely hire a criminal defense attorney. And I think the most important reason for doing that is to remove yourself from the emotions of the situation, from the feelings and the perspective that you had going through whatever it may have been that you went through that resulted in criminal charges. Often makes you unable to see the bigger picture, unable to take an unemotional look at everything that happened in the case to determine what the best course of action is. And a criminal defense attorney, that is their job. That's my job, is to go through a case and look for either errors that were made, weaknesses in evidence, and concerns that we may have about witnesses or other types of evidence in the case. And that can be hard to do when you are looking at it through the lens of the accused. So first and foremost, I think it's very important to have somebody removed from the case and to understand that even an attorney would request that another attorney work with him if he were charged with a criminal offense. Now, it just so happens that I was speaking with a potential client the other day that is an attorney and being investigated for a criminal offense, and he had the very same view as did his family, that given the situation, given his emotional involvement and his feelings of anger and frustration at the investigation and the potential charges, he just couldn't see clearly and couldn't trust himself to give himself his own best advice as a criminal defense attorney. And sometimes you need somebody from the outside to do that. Now, what I tell clients outside of that is that you really need someone as a criminal defense attorney to guarantee that they're going to look into all of the evidence discussed with the prosecution, all of the possibilities in terms of points of negotiation, whether probation terms, length of incarceration, fines, all types of penalties exist in criminal cases, and a defense attorney is the one and only person that can speak on your behalf without having your statements being attributed to you. So the standard situation is that if you speak to a prosecutor or law enforcement, those statements can be used against you in a court of law, in a trial, in a proceeding. And as an attorney, I can convey your memories, your thoughts, your feelings, and your concerns with any type of resolution in the case to a prosecutor without having those words have to come directly from you. So having a defense attorney is, number one, important because you're taking an unemotional, unbiased look at the case. Two, it's important because the education that defense attorneys have, the education that I've received, has allowed me to look for legal issues in the case. And finally, you want to be able to tell your story, and you're not going to be able to do that if you represent yourself, at least not until you're potentially in a trial in front of a judge or a jury, which most individuals have never had to do, and that's a very daunting task for someone without legal training.
For a free phone consultation, contact attorney Jared Allen in Phoenix, Arizona at 602-456-1982 or visit his website at www.jsazlaw.com.